Mr Albanese, there was a bit of a battle last year in Parliament over income tax cuts between Labor and the government. Eventually you supported all three stages. Expecting stage 2 to be accelerated tonight. What is your response to that, and are we expecting a similar battle this year?
Well, it will be similar to what we did last year and consistent. Last year we supported stage 1 and stage 2, including a bring forward of stage 2 of the tax cuts. We argued that the economy was flatlining, that demand was soft, that wages were stagnant, that the economy needed stimulus. Our position is obviously that that's been exacerbated this year, but we will act consistent with that. We were concerned about high-end tax cuts last year in terms of stage 3. We were placed in a position, though, of being defined by what we were for or what we were against, and we were defined by what we were in favour of.
Are you for wage subsidies if they replace JobKeeper?
Well, we'll wait and see what's in the budget, of course, but we have argued consistently the need for economic support for jobs.
And lifting the debt ceiling past $1 trillion.
Well, this is a question for the government. The government's got to explain why a debt burden of $200 billion is a crisis and a disaster, but $1 trillion is no problem. Nothing to see here. The government needs to explain the contradiction and the fact that it for years has spoken economic nonsense. The government also needs to explain why it was that during the global financial crisis they opposed all of the economic stimulus measures, including infrastructure investment. They showed such opportunism and destructive action. This Labor Party in opposition has been constructive during this period. We have raised concerns about each of the packages and tried to improve them, but we haven't stood in the way because we've put the national interest first, which is something that the coalition didn't do.
So you won't stand in the way of raising the debt ceiling?
Well, actually, the legislation's been changed so that this government walked away from having a debt ceiling effectively. What happens now is that the Treasurer just notifies the appropriate authorities, and that's how the debt ceiling is raised.